in progress. wondering if he's having trouble. What you want to do after this? What? No, I asked him. I just talked to him. It was like 3 is in a couple minutes for you, right? I said, yeah. Oh, I hear you. I see you. Hello. You got it.
Yeah, I had to go to Safari first and then get it from Safari.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad
I don't know why. It just wouldn't open up in Zoom.
I'm glad you figured it out. I was worried for a second there. Hold on 1 second. I gotta set the settings properly to where it'll show you. Give me one.
Is the background noise too much?
No, you're fine. Whatever is good with me. Give me 1 second. I have to.
Just to get my headphones, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm here. Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm still trying to. The way it's set up is you have to pin it. You have to pin the video to make so it doesn't film you when you're talking and me when I'm talking. You have to go into the settings and change it so that it will record both of us at the same time. But you have to wait till you're on screen to do that. It's kind of annoying. I don't. But so sorry. Give me 1 second.
Am I on the right orientation or should I be horizontal?
Well,
Should my screen be horizontal or?
Horizontal would be better. Because what I'm going to do is I'm on a green screen right now, and I'm just using the footage of you to, I'm going to put you inside like a TV or something. So if you do it horizontal, that would be good. Hold on. Grief. So involved. Recording, meeting settings. It's got to be in meeting settings. Closed caption, pin. I'm just going to make you the host.
All right.
That should work. Okay. So, how you doing? Good.
Very good.
Awesome. I'm really happy that you got to come on because you're a big deal. I don't know if you know that or not, but you were very well thought of, like, I watched a bunch of videos and read a bunch of lists and stuff, and you come up quite often as one of the most iconic zombies of all time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
I know it is. Was I'm the only Hare Krishna that was turned into a zombie in any of the movies.
why did they do that? Was that just something that Romero thought of, or what? How did that end up?
Back in the late 60s, there was a proliferation of that sect, that religious sect.
Hmm.
And they used to stand on street corners in big major cities, and they'd go to the airports and the bus terminals, and they would chant and sing their songs, and then they would try to get you to give them money for one of their books. And they had books and incense and stuff that you could give donations to. And it was a big deal back then. And Romero wanted a special looking zombie for that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a pivotal point in the movie. Is whenever Fran decides that she's gonna get out of there, she's gonna have to take some responsibility for her own future, learn to shoot, learn to fly the helicopter and stuff. And that interacting with my zombies would change her mind on all that,
Mm-hmm. Did you have any connection? Did you know anything about Hare Krishna at the time?
Well, I used to run into him all the time,
Mm-hmm.
And I went out to on Sunday they had vegetarian feasts, and they would invite people to come out.
Mm.
And then talk to them and eat with them, and that way they could, talk to them. What they're looking for was converts. They wanted people to join their religious experience.
Right. How did you get involved with Dawn of the Dead in the first place?
Well, our manager was Joe, the guy that was Martinez, the guy that comes out with the nickel-plated 45
Mm.
at the beginning and they blow him away. Yeah, he was the band's manager, and he knew the Lees brothers, Michael Lees and Lenny Lees. Lenny was the machete zombie, and Michael was heavily involved in behind the scenes and costuming and different other duties that he had with the movie. So we had worked with Michael Lees and Lenny Lees to do soundtracks and some acting in some of their art films. And between the two of those guys, somebody got our band's picture. I was in a band. Everybody in the band had a bald head. And somebody got our band's picture to George Romero, and he picked the saxophone player for the airport zombies.
Hmm.
And he picked me for the Hare Krishna.
Cool. So.
Yeah. Just have a chance thing that we got on it, because we were musicians, we weren't actors.
So you didn't have any, like, hands in that world at all? Like, you hadn't done anything before? Any acting or anything like that?
No, we had done some music for the Lees brothers films.
Oh.
The band I was in was called Fluid, and we had done music for their films, but that was our connection to that,
How long were you on set and working over there during the movie?
It was 3 nights. Well, 2 nights and 1 afternoon. The afternoon section was the section where we filmed the hideout stuff. And the 2 nights is where we got the establishing scenes with me walking around the mall.
Mm-hmm. What do you remember?
The hallway scene where I'm almost ready to find the doorway,
Mm-hmm.
and Flyboy comes running down the hallway.
Right.
It was all filmed at the mall, and the hideout scene was filmed at George Romero's office building.
Right, yeah, because they had to build that part of it because that part wasn't there, and also the gun store was not part of
Yeah, the gun store.
the mall. That's funny.
And the ductwork was a prop too. It was constructed because they couldn't fit in the size of the ductwork that was going through the mall.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a major problem.
That'd probably not be a good idea.
They needed to make it bigger anyway.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't because from what I've read, it was kind of like a guerrilla warfare kind of movie. A lot of crazy stuff was going on.
Yeah, I missed most of that. I was only there for a very short time. I didn't even get to interact with George Romero much because the mall stuff, he was way down at the other end of the mall. Being a long distance away, to get the long shots and all the zombies going through the mall. So I barely saw him whenever he recorded my scenes where I was walking in the mall. And then with in the hideout, it was just camera moves, shoot the scene, camera moves, shoot the scene, camera moves, shoot the scene, camera moves, shoot. It was just like boom, 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 boom. Thank you very much. You did a really good job. And it was at the tour.
Wow. Did you get to really interact with Tom Savini very much?
No, I didn't interact with anybody except some of the people, the zombies that I knew. When we were sitting around for hours at a time with our makeup on.
Yeah.
Like conference centers or something in the mall. And it was just this big giant room filled with zombies. We just sit around drinking coffee and talking. We didn't have cell phones back then, there was really nothing to do. So it was just talking, and then some production assistant would run in and go, okay, I want you, come with me. Get up, we'd go with them. And then position us somewhere in the mall, and you could see George all the way down the other end, looking through a camera with, God, I forgot the guy's, Michael Cornick. Cornick was the DP. So I saw a lot of them behind the camera, but I never got to interact with anybody.
Yeah, they had Tom Savini doing a bunch of the stunts and stuff,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Like the guy that swings down off of like those little flags that swings down from the top floor. They said he swung and then like smashed into the wall and then fell off because they had just made that up during the scene. That's funny. So what stands out to you? Like, what do you remember most about shooting?
Well, I guess just the surrealness of being in a shopping mall. I mean, I used to go to that shopping mall,
Oh, wow.
and all of a sudden it's all full of zombies. So
Wow.
that was really crazy, And but for me, it all happened so quick. Like I said, I had two nights at the mall, and then one afternoon at the office. So it was just like a little blip, The whole thing was just a little blip.
Were you really aware of George Romero, like, at the time? Like, before that, did you know about his movies and stuff?
Oh yeah, because everybody watched Shore Theater, which was the Saturday night monster movie show on local television, and the host for that was Chili Billy Cardilli, and so can you hear me, Mike? Something just clicked in my
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so his daughter was actually the girl that played Lori Cardill. She played David.
Oh, okay.
But her dad was the horror host for the whole area, the tri-state area.
Huh.
And it was Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio. Because that station, whatever station he was on at the time, it was a pretty powerful station. So he was well known throughout the whole tri-state area. And we used to play I'm Not the Living Dead all the time. And so from watching that show, we would everybody knew about Night of the Living Dead, but I didn't know anything about Dawn of the Dead. I didn't see a script. I didn't see any kind of a scene breakdown. I had no idea what I was doing when I walked there.
Well, you did a good job.
Walking up into the room,
So he was like the guy you're talking about. He was kind of like Elvira or something like that, like one of those type of people.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Cool. I feel like that is what I should have been born in that time, because that is exactly what I would want to do. I wish that they still did that. That's really cool. So, what was your ideas for playing a zombie? Like, what were you thinking during your scenes?
Well, like I said, I wasn't an actor at the time. I was a musician, so
Mm-hmm.
when I was trying to get ready for my part, I remember it was the first night at the mall, and I go, what am I gonna do? You know, because I mean, I thought when I got there, they would be telling me something about what to do, and nobody said anything. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna have to get into character myself here. So it's like what happened. There was a security guard up on the upper level. I took a walk, and I was up on the upper level. And he said hi to me. He knew the zombies were in the malls, and here I was just another zombie. He goes, hey, you want to buy some incense? He says, no, man, I don't have a wallet on me. I leave my wallet in my locker. I said, come on, man, it's only $1. You know, it's cheap. He says, no, I can't. I don't have any money on me because I leave my wallet in the locker. I didn't have any incense anyway. I was just seeing if I would be convincing Hare Krishna, you know.
That's funny.
So, yeah. So we talked for a minute, and then, you know, tried to get him to buy some more incense. He wouldn't go for it. I started getting abused. He said, come on, man, you have a damn job. I know you got a fucking $1.
That's
He said,
funny.
no, really, man, I want your incense, but I don't have any money on me. I don't have my wallet on me. It's in my locker. Like, you assholes are all the same. And I put my hands in the air, and I started walking away. And he starts following me. He goes, no, man, really, I want some of your incense, but I don't have any money on me. So it's funny because I knew at that point that he really thought I was a Hare Krishna, you know.
Nice.
What I had done is I had turned the tables because the Hare Krishnas would chase people down the street trying to get money from them. And here I had turned the tables where I had people chasing me trying to give me money.
That's funny. Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, I don't know if Hare Krishna. Yeah, I didn't think Hare Krishna's would be like, hey, butthole, you buy this incense right now. That's funny. So, did you have any idea what kind of impact the movie would have? Did you feel like it was a big deal at the time?
Well, at the time, it was just something cool that I was interested in. After I left the band I was in, I went to electronics school. And then I got a job working for a company called Laserium. And I used to do light field with lasers playing theory with this. And then right after my first semester, which is a little bit after Dawn of the Dead premiere, right after my first semester, I got a job to relocate out to Los Angeles. So I moved out there. I told people that I worked with, I said, hey, I was in this movie, Dawn of the Dead. It was a really big deal. And I said, can I get some movie jobs out here in Los Angeles? And he said, do you have a speaking part? I said, no. He said, well, if you didn't have a speaking part, you probably won't get any jobs because you have to have a SAG card to get into movies in Los Angeles. This is like 1979, 1980, you know. And there was no people running around with video recorders and stuff. You know, anything that had to be shot was done on 16 or 35 millimeters, especially in Los Angeles. You know. So if you didn't have a SAG card, you're out of luck. They said that's just some movie that happened in Pittsburgh. You know, nobody cares about that out here. So I didn't really pursue it any further. And then I had the DVDs and I had VHSs and stuff, but I really didn't have much connection with anybody back in Pittsburgh. So I didn't really know about horror conventions until the 30th anniversary, which is 2008. 2007, I got a link to a pre-order to my action figures. Somebody said, hey man, look at this, they've got action figures for your character. I said, well, that's cool.
is cool.
That's all that I knew at that point.
It's crazy. See, I interviewed the guy Ari Lehman. He played Jason Voorhees in the first Friday the 13th, and that they had no idea. Like, that movie was not expected. No one expected great things from that movie. So he was just some kid. He was a little kid at the time, and then it just blew up, and then he still has benefited in a major way from that movie. So it's really interesting to me, because especially with stuff like this where you have, I guess in no movie you have any idea, but these like super ridiculously iconic movies, people are like, yeah, spend a Saturday over there, and now the rest of my life I have people trying to talk to me and stuff. It's really crazy how that.
I did my first court convention like at the 30th year anniversary stuff. That's when I did my first one, and I had no idea that anything was going on. This guy, a guy from out in California, called me, and he found my mom because I used my family name. Christopher is my stage name, or my alias, and I used my family name, and he found my mom through the phone book, and he called her and asked if she could connect me up with him. So she got his phone number, gave it to me, and I called back. And today's Bill Philpott. And he took me out to a whole bunch of work conventions for the first year, and then after that he just kind of shambled off. He's still doing Days of the Dead conventions, and he's doing representing some of the horror celebrities at these conventions, but I really don't run into him very much anymore. I really don't even do conventions anymore. I don't fly, and I live in Florida, and there's not too many places you can drive to when you live in Florida.
Yeah, everything's like 2 days away.
Yeah, well, it takes 6 hours to stay where I live.
Ooh, you're far down there.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy doing the my brain just shorted out. the
You don't get to be my age.
the horror conventions. Did you like it?
Oh yeah, I loved it, but I just don't fly anymore.
Yeah. How was the response of the people, like when they got to meet you?
Well, the first year or two was incredible because I had never been to any of the conventions, So there was a lot of people, really a lot of people waiting for my autograph. I did a show over in Germany, and I saw them walk in. We were in this big I guess it was like a convention hall or something, but it didn't have carpeting or anything. But I saw him walk in the door. There was a fellow and his wife, and they had a box in their hand. And they walked up to my table, and they sat down. They introduced themselves, and they said, "Hi, great to meet you. Would you sign something for us?" And I said, "Yeah." And I looked down, and it was a 35mm print of Dawn of the Dead.
Oh wow.
So I signed it, and they picked up the box, and they left.
Wow, that's cool.
It was really weird because that was the reason why they came to the convention, was to get me to sign their 35mm print of Dawn of the Dead, and they left. I never saw them again.
Wow. Did you really? So you said you liked like zombie movies and stuff like that. Were you interested in horror movies? Like, what do you watch normally?
Well, I pretty much like science fiction movies. I'm not really that into horror. My wife Shade is really into horror movies, and that's how we met actually.
Nice.
Yeah. She always liked the Hare Krishna zombie as the zombie. I was her favorite zombie.
Wow.
When she lived up in Denver, when Dawn of the Dead came out, she convinced her friends to go see Dawn of the Dead. They went a couple times and they dressed up like zombies. So this is the early 80s. Nobody was dressing up like zombies. trying to get parts in. And it was weird because after never meeting each other, for our whole lives, all of a sudden we met one weekend, then we met the following weekend. And she said, "What kind of horror movies do you like?" I said, "Oh, I don't really like horror movies." She said, "You don't like horror movies? You're the Hare Krishna zombie?" No, I don't really like horror movies that much. She said, "Well, I have a couple hundred horror movies on DVD and VHS." She said, "Why don't you come over and watch some of the more famous horror movies? So when you go to these conventions and you meet these other celebrities, you know what movies they were in,
Right.
It's funny because I talk to a lot of other celebrities and they don't like horror movies either.
That's funny. That must have been real.
Some of them never saw Dawn of the Dead.
Wow. See, that must have been really cool for your wife. Also, I would imagine, but it'd be really neat to like watch somebody and be like, "Wow, you're my favorite person," and then marry that person. That can't happen a whole lot. That's pretty. That's crazy. So I love Dawn of the Dead, and I think that it's still in the top 100 movies of all time on IMDb, I believe. And I watched it again in preparation for the interviews and stuff, and I really like it. And I think that it's a very smart movie, and not all zombie movies are like that, but Romero really sat down and thought about what really would actually happen if something like that were to take place. So I feel like it's like a thinking man's zombie movie, and I think it's really good. I think it's it already has stood the test of time, but I think, in 100 years, it will be exactly where it is now, if not even bigger, It's like
Well, I think it's more than a horror movie. It's a prophecy.
Yeah.
Because as society continues to collapse, and it's really picking up speed. I feel that people that would be categorized as zombies are the people that can't think for themselves. They don't actually necessarily have to have a disease, which causes them to literally eat people. But there's going to come a time when it's going to be obvious who the zombies are and who's the normal people.
Yeah, I feel like there won't be that many normal people.
The mentality and the things that are happening, it's just out of control.
I agree.
It's totally out of control.
I completely agree. Like, I don't think there are that many normal people now. So, if it gets worse, that will not be good. I agree with you completely. So, I've been reading about you, and I read some about that you were doing the lasers and the lights and all that kind of stuff for like New Kids on the Block and stuff like that.
Yeah, I did almost 50 months on tour with New Kids on the Block around Thanksgiving of that year. It was probably early 90s, I think. It was their Hanging Up tour.
Wow.
So when I went to electronics school, I had a synthesizer because I was in a band. And I ended up selling my synthesizer to the guy who was doing laser light shows at the Dual Planetarium. electronics in the projector that you couldn't activate on your own. It had to be activated from the data track. The data track was recorded in conjunction with the music, so when certain musical changes happened, certain data information changed, which would give a different variety of options to the guy that was running the knobs and the dials and switches on the projector. It was real weird. I mean, there's nothing like it. So they had to pick and choose carefully people that were able to grasp the concept of these laser beams flying all over the place. Be careful, they don't hit the audience. And somebody repair the equipment whenever the equipment would break down, and somebody that could figure out all these knobs and dials and switches, and when you had to turn this knob to this number and turn this knob to this number, it was really crazy. I had a whole big stack of notes on the side, and I would pre-program some oscillators to this number, and then certain switches had to be turned to the left, and certain switches had to be turned to the right. And then once you got it together, you practiced with it, you could make it all repeat. You could make these really beautiful patterns that would happen on the dome of the planetarium with a star background, and it was repeatable night after night.
Wow.
So yeah, it was really incredible. And people would drop acid and go in there and watch the laser shows and stuff.
I bet they would. That sounds crazy.
They were really cool back then,
Wow, that's so cool. See, I love all the stuff, after reading about you, I love a lot of the same stuff that you do. I'm an MC on Bourbon Street, actually, so I have my own shows every week, and I do acting and stuff like that, and I love, technology stuff, so all the stuff you've been telling me about, I'm like, yeah, that's so cool. You write music, too, also, right?
Yeah, I write music. I'm actually trying to get back into it. I got distracted for many years, and when I sit down, I like to come up with new sounds. I probably have about 40 songs started that aren't anywhere near close to being completed. But I do have a Mike Christopher SoundCloud page.
Ooh.
So you can hear my music there, and Reverb Nation too. I have Mike Christopher and Reverb Nation.
Is it just under Mike Christopher?
I think on SoundCloud it's Mike Christopher 777, and I don't know what the call sign is for the Reverb Nation one.
Well,
but if anybody has any trouble finding it, just get hold of me on Facebook.
okay. What kind of music is it? Roundaboutly. Duet?
Mike music.
Mike music?
I am Mike.
Mike. So, is it
It's electronic. It's electronic. I do it all. I do it all right here.
Ooh. So, are you making... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I've got a 6-core Mac, and it's about $3,000 or $4,000 worth of software, and I just sit here and make music.
Cool.
I tried to do a soundtrack for a movie I was in. I was the lead actor in a movie called Joe Vampire.
Cool.
And I was hoping to get the soundtrack for the movie, but I got into some aggravating discussions with the producer and editor, and I ended up not being involved in the project after it was shot. It really didn't turn out as good as it could have. They cut out 30 minutes of the movie, and they used some really crap music for the movie. They told me they wanted the whole soundtrack in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I thought there's no way I'm going to write a complete soundtrack for a whole movie in 2 weeks. And they need more time. No, we can't get around any more time. It's 2 weeks. So I said, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, that's not reasonable. You might as well just sit there and play it while you watch the movie. At that point, just like.
Well, it sounds like that's what they did. But if you go to my 30 minutes out of it, used crappy music, and then it tacked on this really tacky ending for the movie that didn't have anything to actually do with the movie. He just wanted some bloody tits shots. So.
See, it is hard to work with people sometimes. I try to do as little with other people as I can. Like, if I can make a whole video by myself, then I do it. I have one guy that I work with, but other than that, it's really hard to find good people to work with, you know?
Yeah, it really is.
So...
And especially nowadays when all the people that are doing films are all liberals.
Right. Yeah, it gets...
I can't find too many friends.
Yeah, it's rough these days. Is
I don't talk to most of the people in Dawn of the Dead, and I don't talk to most of the people I went to high school with. A lot of the people that I used to know out in California, they're all liberals. So.
Yeah, it gets harder to, like, also if you're like an intelligent person, you have less and less in common with people also, you know. So, and also you don't want to waste your time. See, if you're just hanging out with people all the time, then you're not doing, that's what you're getting out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're not really working on stuff and you're just sitting around, then that's what you're going to have out of it, you know? But, yeah, I agree.
I've had people, when they found out that I hated Obama and I didn't like Hillary, when they found that out, they said they'll never be able to watch Dawn of the Dead the same again. Knowing that I wasn't an extreme liberal.
That's funny. Wow. He'd be like, well,
Yeah,
I am the zombie.
These people were nuts. I talked to one of the very famous people, and I'm not going to say who, in one of George Rivera's movies. And I was talking to the actress. She said, "Remy, you have a gun?" I said, "Yeah." "Do you have a gun?" She said, "No, I would never have a gun." And I said, "Well, what would you do if somebody broke into your house in the middle of the night and they were going to kill you?" She said, "Well, I would reason with them." I said, "Well, if somebody breaks into your house in the middle of the night, ready to kill you, they're already unreasonable." I mean, what is it that you don't get, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think good thoughts. Another musician friend that I knew, he thinks good thoughts. I said, "Well, I think good thoughts too." But if somebody actually gets past those good thoughts and they're in your house in the middle of the night, don't you want to defend your family? Get up, look.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I completely agree with you about that. I think that that's crazy. I don't know. People don't understand how the world works, I think. I think people are raised in a safe little bubble and they've never experienced, like, how bad the world can be, you know?
Right.
I think that if they...
The sheriff down here in Florida says, if things go south, we can't protect you. He said, I'm telling you right now, we can't protect you. We're a limited number of officers, and if everything hits the fan, we don't have enough people to go to everybody's house. He says, so I'm going to tell everybody, buy a gun and learn how to use it, because ultimately you are responsible for your own safety. You know, we can show up after the crime happens, but we can't protect you. You know.
Yeah,
Fran figured that out and thought of the dead.
Yeah, it's like people don't understand that they can't, there are not enough policemen to protect everybody all the time. I mean, they can come pick up your body after you're dead, but like, if something bad happens, you know, then, and you don't know how to take care of yourself, which like 80% of people don't, then they're gonna die. Like, you know, I completely agree with you. I really do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, they're talking about now all the food processing plants that have burned down and the pipelines have been shut down, and
Yeah, everybody is like an indoor little house poodle. You can't go put a poodle in the jungle. you know, it will not survive. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm worried that it will take something really bad to happen for people to learn how things really are. I hope that's not the case, but that's what I'm concerned will have to happen for people to wake up, you know?
Yeah, but by that time, if you're waking up on the wrong end of that,
Yeah.
you probably got a couple of days to live.
Yeah, you don't get to wake up at that point. Good morning.
Yeah, you don't have weeks to go.
Yeah, right. So, in closing, what is your favorite movie that you are not in? Or one of them, something that like speaks to you.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Not one of my favorite movies, but I'm very annoyed that I wasn't in it.
Man, yeah. See, you know that they credit you guys for that show, right? Y'all are like their major, biggest. Dawn of the Dead is their biggest influence. They've said multiple times.
And they couldn't bring none of us on. I mean, they could have brought me on in an orange bathroom.
Yeah, they should have. I would have had all of y'all in there. That would be like full circle. So cool.
Right. Yeah, but that's water under the dam. Actually, my favorite zombie movie is Colin. C-O-L-I-N.
Oh.
Mark Price, 2008.
I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to watch
A lot
that.
of people haven't seen it. It's great. It even went to a big film festival over in Europe, and they made it with under 100 pounds they spent on it. It was just a real. It was kind of like Joe Vampire, where it was just guerrilla theater.
Wow.
Guerrilla movie making.
Yep.
That was really cool. But as far as the stuff I like to watch is like Blade Runner. I like The Expanse. Did you ever watch The Expanse?
I haven't seen The Expanse. I love Blade Runner, and I really love the new Blade Runner.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. But check out The Expanse. It's I think it's 6 seasons on. It's on Netflix or wait a minute, it's on Amazon Prime.
Cool. Okay.
It started out on the Sci-Fi Channel, and then the budget got too big, and they almost canceled it, and then Prime bought it. But the costuming, excellent. The story, unbelievable. The alien is the most unique alien that you've never seen.
I'm in. You already said Alien, so that I'm done. I'm in.
I've watched it 4 times already, and I'm thinking about watching it again.
Yeah, that I will definitely.
And I never watch stuff over again. I mean, I see a couple extra episodes here and there of The Walking Dead. My wife turns it on sometimes and it just runs, you just jump in at some point and you watch a couple episodes, And I've seen that, but The Expanse I watched it front to back 4 times.
Wow.
It's really it's just that good.
I will.
The characters are incredibly believable, and everything's different, and the costuming is unbelievable, and I just can't say enough good things about it. The Expanse.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. That sounds so far up my alley. It's not even funny.
And Colin too.
And Colin, I'll check it out.
The
Well,
zombie Mark Price, 2008.
okay.
Actually, I talked to Mark, and he said that when he saw the Hare Krishna zombie and Dawn of the Dead, he started wondering what would it be like for somebody who's just starting to turn into a zombie. And Colin is a guy over in the UK, and he goes through a transformation into a zombie. But it takes quite a while, and so you get to see different phases of what goes on and what he was thinking as he was turning into a zombie and his interactions with other people and stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, I like that concept. Like, cause I'm kind of like a hypochondriac. Like, not super bad, but kind of bad. Like, I probably think I'm dying way more than I am. So movies like that really freak me out because I'd be like, there's something wrong with me. What's wrong with me? So yeah, those type of movies freak me out.
Mark did a space movie too that was really good.
Ooh,
I can't think of the name of it, but check them out. He's a good filmmaker.
I will. Well, thank you very much for talking to me. I really enjoyed it, and I like you. I think you're a good guy, and I I like hearing what you have to say. I think that I agree with you about a lot of the stuff that you think. I also think so. It's very nice to talk to you, and I appreciate it.
Oh, great. Thanks for having me, and keep in touch. Huh?
All right, buddy. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Sure, we can do it again.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Great.
Bye bye.